Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are cracking the code on what is, for many, one of the biggest challenges in school, the critical essay. Our mission? To take that blank page anxiety and turn it into total confidence.
Oh, yeah, we've all been there, right? You're just staring at a blank page, and it feels like it's staring right back. The essay question seems like this impossible puzzle. How on earth do you even begin to answer it? Well, today, we're going to solve that problem. For good. All right, let's jump right in. Here's our game plan. We'll start with the challenge itself. Then I'll give you your secret weapon, a framework called the Peel Chain. After that, we'll master analysis, build the full essay, and wrap up with your blueprint for success.
So, first things first, let's talk about your framework. The key to unlocking a fantastic essay isn't some big mystery. It's actually a really simple, powerful formula for writing the perfect paragraph. It's called the Peel Chain.
Think of the Peel chain like the DNA of a great argument. It's a structure where every single sentence has a very specific job. Each part builds on the last, turning your scattered ideas into one seriously powerful point.
So what is this magic formula? Well, it's just 4 simple steps. P is for point. That's where you state your idea. E is for evidence. That's where you prove it. The other E is for explanation, where you really analyze it. And finally, L is for link, where you evaluate how well it all works. Let's break each of those down.
First up, P is for point. This is your topic sentence, and you can think of it as your first direct shot at answering the essay question. If you get this sentence right, everything else will just fall into place.
Now here is the absolute #1 rule. Your opening sentence has to be an argument, not a summary. You are not just retelling the plot. I repeat, do not just retell the plot. You're making a clear, focused claim that's a direct response to the question. And this is a perfect example of a strong point. See how it doesn't just say what happens? It makes a specific argument about how the writer explores the theme of isolation. It's sharp, it's clear, and it perfectly sets up the rest of the paragraph.
Okay, let's move on to the next link in our chain, evidence. Once you've made your point, you've got to back it up, right? This is where you bring in the proof, straight from the text itself. The key here is to be precise. Don't go for these long, clunky quotes that take up half the page. Find a short, punchy bit of evidence that perfectly supports the point you just made, and then just weave it right into your sentence. See? Perfect. Notice how that quote is short, sharp, and it directly proves that idea of emotional withdrawal we set up in our point. It's the ideal piece of evidence.
All right, now we're at the engine room of the paragraph. This is where the top marks are really won. The second E stands for explanation, but let's be real, it's all about analysis. This slide really shows you the crucial difference. Weak essays just describe what happens. They just summarize the plot. But strong essays analyze how the writer makes it all happen. You've got to zoom in on the specific words, the techniques, and explain the effect they create. This right here is exactly what we're talking about. It doesn't just say, the writer used a metaphor. It unpacks the word ghost, explaining what it suggests, invisibility, disconnection, and then it connects that meaning right back to the main theme. That is analysis. And finally, let's close the loop. We're going to complete our chain with the letter L. This stands for link, or even better, evaluation. This is where you kind of zoom back out and judge how successful the writer has been. Your job here is to put on your critic hat. How powerful was that metaphor? How did it make the reader feel? Why was it an effective choice? You're basically stepping back and explaining why it all matters.
And this sentence nails it. It links everything back to the main theme, it talks about the effect on the reader, making them sympathize, and it uses that all-important evaluative word. Effectively, boom, one perfect, powerful Peel chain is complete.
Okay, so we've built the perfect paragraph. Honestly, that's the hardest part over with. Now, let's look at how we take these Peel chains and use them as building blocks for an entire top-grade essay. Take a look at how this all flows together. This model paragraph is a great example. It starts with a clear point about imagery, it gives us evidence with the quote about the storm, then it explains, analyzing the words storm and tearing, and finally it links back, evaluating why it's so effective. You can literally see the entire Peel machine working right there. And the structure for the whole essay? It's just as straightforward. You kick things off with a short, sharp introduction that states your main argument. The main body is simply 3 to 5 of those super strong Peel paragraphs we just learned how to write. Then you wrap it all up with a quick conclusion.
That's it. Simple.
So before we finish up, let's move to our final section, your blueprint for success. Think of this as a quick checklist of the most important rules that are going to push your essay from being just good to being truly great. There are just 6 crucial things to remember. These are the details that really separate an average essay from an outstanding one.
1. Always answer the question. 2. Never ever just retell the story. 3. Use short, surgical quotes. 4. Analyze way more than you describe. 5. Make sure you evaluate something in every single paragraph. And 6. Keep your argument clear and consistent from the first sentence to the last. Master these 6 things, and you've mastered the critical essay.
So, there you have it. The critical essay isn't some scary mystery. It's just a code waiting to be cracked. It's a structure waiting to be built. And now you have the blueprint. So you're ready. It's time to start building your argument.